Good evening, everybody. It is Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone has had a great day so far. Just before we get into this video, as always, please make sure that you are smashing that like button. It really does help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new as well, and hit the notification bell so that you're always aware of when content is out on the channel. Make sure you're getting your thoughts and opinions into the comment section down below, and of course, check out the membership on the channel, guys. It's £1.99 a month, and you'll see all the perks that come along with the membership on the channel. We're here tonight to discuss, to review a day for the ages in Leeds City Centre yesterday afternoon. Well, all day, really. It wasn't just the afternoon, was it? Yeah, look, I mean, just straight off the bat, I mean, if you were like me and you were lucky enough to be in Leeds City Centre yesterday for that parade, then you will understand everything that I'm about to say in this video, and I'm sure a lot of you will share the same sentiment as me. That was up there with one of the best days of my life, and that might sound like I'm exaggerating, and yes, there might be, you know, the upcoming season in the Premier League might be difficult, and we might hate it most weeks, and we'll be probably complaining and moaning a lot of the time. But for now, we need to enjoy this moment, and whatever happens from here on in, that yesterday was one of the best days of my life, hands down. A few reasons for that. Obviously, because we're promoted as champions, that is, you know, one of the main factors. Of course, it's been an absolutely unbelievable season. You know, there have been points that it's been frustrating, and you know, we've been on edge. We've been doubtful of this team at various points this season. But ultimately, when you look back at it now, when you take a step back, and obviously it's only now, really, and probably the coming days and weeks that we're going to reflect properly. Now the season's done. But it's been an unbelievable achievement from the boys and for Daniel Farke. 100 points, plus 65 goal difference. Champions. It's the first time in, I think, in English league history anyway, or is it at least the Championship anyway, where two teams have finished the season on 100 points. Unlucky Burnley, you know, but at least you had Natasha Bedingfield, eh? At least you had that. But no, all jokes aside, you know, the pace that Leeds and Burnley put on the rest of the Championship, you know, and, you know, the pace we pushed up until the end of the season was quite extraordinary. You know, Burnley to go unbeaten since November, concede 16 goals all season, lose 2 all season, and still not win the league. It just shows how good Leeds United have been, doesn't it? And, you know, Daniel Farke and his coaching staff and all the stuff behind the scenes, the players, you know, give yourselves a big pat on the back, because that is truly amazing. And the season has been great. You know, I've shared some really good highs, a few lows, but majority highs this season. And yeah, just a big thank you and a big congratulations to the team, to Daniel Farke, and yeah. So obviously that was one of the reasons. Secondly, because we didn't get it during COVID, I think that's a big thing. I think, you know, there was at least 300,000 people in Leeds City Centre yesterday, which is absolutely insane. And a lot of that was due to the fact that we couldn't do it in 2020 under Bielsa. Yesterday was for that team as well, and it was for Bielsa as well. You know, I couldn't be part of the celebrations that took place back in 2020. I know that there was a fair few thousand that went down to the Ellen Road, went down to Millennium Square. I wasn't part of that because I was in another country at the time. I was on holiday, but still, like, even if I'd have been in the country, I probably wouldn't have been able to go down, just due to obviously family members who have health issues, and it just wouldn't have been right at the time. So though, to do it yesterday with, the every street of Leeds City Centre just packed out. Um, every street you went down in town yesterday was just filled with white, yellow, and blue pyros. It was just amazing. Like I cannot put into words how much of a good day it was. But obviously, the main thing for me was just getting to share it with my family as well. Um, the missus even came. I think I might have converted her into a bit of a Leeds fan, which is something I never thought I'd say. To be honest with you, my mum and dad came, which was really good. My dad's not able to get to games really, so it was nice for him to come down and obviously share the celebrations. My uncle that I go to the games with, my cousin as well. Yeah, it was just a family affair, and you could see that there was loads of families, kids on dad's backs, and groups of friends who had gone together, and yeah, it was just an unbelievable day. It was just absolutely quality. Obviously, I uploaded like a sort of like a mini vlog, sorry, um, on the channel last night, which has been received very well. So a big thank you if you've watched that. If you haven't already, go and check it out after this. It was really good. Um, and yeah, like I said, just the euphoria of it all. It was just yeah, and obviously when the players went past on the buses and the noise and the chanting and the amount of beer that was flowing. Like I'd had a fair few as well, to be fair few ciders. But yeah, just just people just living in the moment, and like I said, 2020 we all missed out on it. So the celebrations were doubled this time, weren't they? And the players as well. Like even when I got home last night, I was just scrolling through Twitter, scrolling through Instagram, just looking at the reels and little clips and tweets, and yeah, like social media gets a bit of a hard time at times, doesn't it, in terms of how it's perceived. But if you were a Leeds United fan last night, it was just pure bliss. It was just amazing. Obviously, there was a little side not so nice note on him. There's reports of a bloke who fell out of a tree because again, as people were always going to do, there were people attached to lampposts, tree branches, bus shelters, hanging off of like ledges in shops, um, which created a good atmosphere. But again, as one bloke found out, he fell from a tree branch or something in Millennium Square. Didn't look good. Apparently, I didn't see it. I saw Michael from the Square Ball tweet asking if there was any information. And if you are a follower of the Square Ball, they released a podcast earlier today where they were speaking about it. And Michael said that apparently the guy has got a few broken bones and there's potential bleed on the brain. So, again, I'm not going to confirm that because it could just be speculation. But if that is the case, I hope that I hope that bloke is all good and hope he can be on the mend as soon as possible. Because you don't want to have anything like that happening at such a good event, do you? You know what I mean? So it was nice to have Alistair as well, a subscriber of the channel, who was stood talking to me and my family for a little while in the Weatherspoons in the Leeds train station. So if you're watching, pal, it was nice to meet you. It was nice to chat with you, and it was just an all round good day. And the players, like I said, I was just going to get onto the players. We looked absolutely smashed. Ethan Ampadu, I mean, some shift that Ampadu put in yesterday. I've seen a lot of people saying, why did Ampadu wait for the parade to put in his best performance this season? It's absolutely spot on. I mean, him, Joe Rodon, Junior Firpo, Bogle, Largy Ramazani, Dan James, a few standouts that I can remember that looked absolutely off their heads, which was good. Obviously, and after the parade had finished, they went back to the pavilion at Ellen Road, had a bit of an after party there. But then a few of them got a taxi back into town, and they were in O'Brien's on Greek Street. And it kind of made me regret calling it a day at like 5:30. But I did have work this morning, so. But yeah, look, the videos and everything that I've seen have just been amazing. And like I said, yesterday will live long in my memory. I will remember that day for the rest of my life. That there's no, that's a guarantee. And it was just a joyous day and a day that we all deserved. Players, Farker, ownership, fans. Obviously, Prague was interviewed on one of the buses as well, and he said, that he's going to try and make sure that Leeds become one of the best clubs in Europe, and that he's going to throw every penny at it to make sure that, we can establish ourselves in the Premier League, which again is good to hear. And, yeah, it might not happen, but it shows that the owners have got good intent, unlike the previous regime. But yeah, it was just absolutely just what a day. What a day it was. Ampadu saying that Firpo was going to Betis, or people thought it was anyway. I think he probably just spotted a Betis shirt in the crowd, because then apparently on Jayden Bogle's Instagram Live, Firpo was heard to be saying, Parag, send me the ting, send me the ting. So, get Junior Firpo signed up for at least another year or two. I think he thoroughly deserves it. Pat Bamford playing the guitar in O'Brien's. I've seen that clip doing the rounds as well. Yeah, okay. Singing Unwritten in the pavilion. I thought that was a nice, and that was a nice little touch. I did enjoy that. But yeah, I could go on all night, guys, with how much of an amazing day that yesterday was. But like I said, hit me up in the comment section, guys. I want to know your experience. If you were at the parade yesterday, drop a comment in. Tell me where you were stood, how drunk you were, who you went with. Tell me it all, because I'm always interested to see what other people got up to at various events. And yeah, yesterday was certainly one for the ages. It was certainly one for the ages, guys. And like I say, if you were there, I hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all I've got to say on this evening's upload, guys. In terms of moving forward, like I said, content's not going to stop. Might take a day or two now just to kind of de-stress and just decompress from it all. Again, if anything does break, I will come on and give you my reaction. But like I say, guys, I'm putting plans in place for the content that's going to be coming over the summer. There's going to be plenty of bite-sized leads. We're going to be getting into the transfer incomings, transfer outgoings. We're going to be getting into keep, loan, or sell. So yeah, there's going to be plenty going on, guys. So please make sure that you keep it locked at Chatting Leeds. Make sure you're liking the content. Make sure you're subscribing if you're new, hitting the notification bell, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.